like Dynamic Duo. There's a nice name, Dynamic Duo. There is a B-Boys, right? They call Dynamic Duo back then. Yeah.
Guys, I want to say something. I see that it's a lot of Brazilian people. We promised to do Brazilian and Portuguese live next time. Okay?
Pera, we're going to say in Português.
Yeah, my Portuguese is not very good right now.
Yeah, não. A gente tá vendo que tem um monte de gente aqui que tá acompanhando a live aqui.
Que é do
a gente
Brasil.
é brasileiro, Portugal, mas a gente promete fazer uma live muito próximo em português para todo mundo também.
É, a gente tá aqui só porque a gente tá fazendo a live pro...
Cathy is there, man. Cathy.
Looking more, bros.
Big up, Cathy.
Everybody's there.
Yeah.
So it's good. I'm glad we're getting this support, right? That people come to listen to our stories, especially at a time like this.
Ghetto.
Jadi.
Everybody's there. Sass.
Sass.
Wow. There's a lot of people, man.
There we go.
Lead. Hey, Lead.
Great. Kat's just joined us.
Hey, Kat. We miss you, man.
Yeah, I miss you, man.
So back to your story. So now, you know, this image that we're looking at from inside of a train.
Yeah.
And it looks like you painted a character on another train. Was that by permission, or is it something that you just went bombing?
It's funny. We did a project they call Whole Train Project. I think they got some photos there. We did it with Easy, our brother. We created this project like more than 10 years ago to convincing the companies in Brazil to give us some trains to painting to bring art to the communities where the train passing by, like this one. And in that train specifically with the character, we find this like in the yard. We find another yard in the back in this spot there. You went there, and we didn't ask. We just go there and make. You know.
I mean, we did a lot back there.
Yeah, we did a lot.
All whole cars and stuff.
Yeah,
without permission back then.
Yeah,
but it was good because all these projects we started more than 10 years ago, like in São Paulo, and then we did it in Curitiba and Rio and a lot of cities in north of Brazil. Like you see this one, I don't remember where it was this. But the good thing from this project, I guess, was we started as a fun project because first of all, it was very hard to convince the company to do it. And once they say yes, we tried because they say, yes, you can do it, but window down. And then we start to do whole cars and whole trains. And then, you know, like both sides, whole trains and stuff like that. It was fun. And then, but the good thing was every place we went to do the project, we tried to involve local artists, like in Bahia or Curitiba, or every place we bring the project with Easy, our brother Easy. We try to involve local people, local artists, and painting together with us and with people that we invite from outside of Brazil, European people, American people, like all together as one, you know, like this was the magic of this project. For example, I can give another example that we did a project in Vitória also. And it was an amazing project because was connected with education part of schools. And then we Easy, the organizers of the project, with Paulo Portela, our brother, we put a project together that was more education project. And then we took all the little seats where the train passed, like really long line. They go to one city to another city, like I have to remember I think they go to Minas Gerais to Espírito Santo, something like this. So they stop the train, and every station they stop the train. It's a long distance, really long distance train. We put it together this workshop with the kids, with the public schools. So it was really amazing. Like Paulo did an incredible, amazing project.
Bring the kids to the station to see the train, and let the kids drawing.
Yeah.
And then they
So
paint the wall.
in terms of this project, who financed this? Was this independent financing,
Almost
or was it government?
Some was private companies.
Yeah.
Some was like the train company, you know, like I have photo here. There's an amazing photo. Check it out. This, like the kids doing like stencils. They get inspired by the train, and then they painting the past in the walls of the schools, you know, the kids' schools. So this was like, I don't remember how many public schools this workshop. Paulo did it, but it was incredible. Paulo did a really amazing project because this is the good thing for the whole train project. And we did a lot of social project along the lines and
So
try to involve
what
people.
became of this project? Is it still active?
No, it's very hard now to
No,
do.
it's very difficult to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to get a permission, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get sponsors, but we don't have permission for the trains.
Yeah.
Because it's really, in a way, we promote a lot of graffiti in trains doing
Yeah.
this. But it's good, you know.
It's
like,
good. Make people
Yeah.
paint more.
Well, here's what I find interesting. You go from painting trains illegally to getting permission to paint them and to create programming and education around them. And then you get opportunities to kind of bring this to the contemporary art market, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of an interesting part of your journey, that you find that all of a sudden you have this opportunity to represent your culture, this culture and your country in the contemporary art market that doesn't know anything about it, and you do this particular project in Milano at the museum.
Yeah.
Tell me about this invitation and deciding that this was going to be your
I think it's becoming really natural, Mary, because I think when Barry McGee was here, he saw our work, and then he talked to some people in San Francisco, the luggage store gallery that is our family. They talked with Jeffrey Deitch back then in New York. And once we went there to do a project there with Giorgio, our friend from Italy, Jeffrey invited us to do a show exhibition there. And it was our first time that we did it like a show in the Contemporary Art Scene Gallery in New York. But before that, we used to do a lot of things in Europe with Dime, Lumet, all these friends that we have there. They really opened a lot of doors for us back there. But we get inside of the contemporary art scene through Jeffrey Deitch. And after that, to Old Fortes Vilaça here in São Paulo in 2006. And then we start to travel around the world doing exhibitions and installations, big installations. Like this one in the photo is from Milano. We did it this incredible art center, like a contemporary art center there.
They call Hangar Bicoca.
Yeah, they invited us to do this permanent piece.
And the idea was to do just the front of the wall. If you go back to the wall, the another photo, they just they just wanted to do like one facade. But when we saw this wall, we say, no, this is a subway. You
Looks
cannot
like
make
a
it just
subway.
like a front. You have to do like the whole thing. And then this the wall. They saying, well, you guys want to do everything? Yeah, we're gonna do the whole thing. The whole building become like our own subway car. Because we love the subway of Milano. It's a very beautiful model.
And again, it's important to point out scale, right? Because this is a really large project.
Very big.
This is part of the project that we call the Giants, like painting big characters on the wall. You know.
Well, one thing that I have to say to folks, this mural that you painted in Greece was one of the early murals, or the first murals of a character, full-size character. You guys were the first to do these big, just single characters on the sides of buildings, something we hadn't seen before here in New York, or I haven't seen before in New York or Los Angeles. Tell me about this project and this opportunity to do this mural.
I think it was come out very simple. We saw the building like small, you know. We thought, okay, the same thing we do in the street here, like a human-sized character. Why not to do it like in 60-meter high? Or I don't know, in feet, sorry. But like you can see that's really big. We have a truck over there. But why not to do like this little guy here, but a giant guy? And it was like a really challenge to do this because this was the first one. And we did it by scaffold thing. Back then, we don't have this lifting and stuff like that. We have just the scaffold, and it was really hard to join and everything. And then from this wall, we started we call it the Giants, like split giants all over the world. Like,
right.
The only big like Giants character, boom, 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 everywhere.
Well, one of the things I did with this image was enlarge it, because one of the things that's important in your work, as I said before, is there's stories within stories. You know,
Yeah.
the details. You have to really look at the details of your paintings to really appreciate.
This wall was funny because we was there in Greece with 6 or 7 artists, different from all over the world together. And then
Each one has a concept to do one big wall.
yeah, and our concept was this.
We do the big giant, you guys do a tattoo on the body.
So all the tattoos you see in the body is from different artists.
Yeah.
You know.
Excellent. This one with Blue, Blue from Bologna.
Mano Blue.
He's a very amazing artist. He's one of my favorite artists.
My favorite too.
And he's like brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And very incredible to collaborate too. You know, like incredible.
He's
guy.
a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did it there. Yeah. Well, we went there to do an exhibition in the museum in Lisboa.
Yeah.
The Berardo Museum.
I know Berardo. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did a show there.
Incredible.
Together we did this wall there.
At the same time, we did the wall.
Yeah, we love
So
it.
now, was this a commission project, or is this just?
No, we just see this building and we arrange everything with the people there, and then we painting with blue.
Yeah.
So in
And
terms
still
of
there.
in terms of the concept, right? Because you have a human figure being used as a slingshot. Is it a political message?
Yeah, it is a lot. Like everything we do have kind of a message
Behind, yeah.
Yeah, to think about it. Blue did the guy in the hand.
And also in the back, the other side, he did a big character.
In the other side, he did a Jude character.
Yeah.
But in collaboration with us, they did it in the hand. The how we call that, the link.
Slingshot.
Yeah, slingshot. So
we don't make it much like collab like this, but we few people like we feel very comfortable to do. Like there's some arts that we really feel like comfortable to do.
Yeah, Blue was one of them.
Blue, Aris, those, Barry,
Lenny, Futura,
Todd James.
Yeah. So we're going to get to some of those. And what's interesting is, again, one of the things that I like, and what we're talking about is these collaborations, like this giant building that you painted, and you had Lumit helping you with this as well, painting some of the details on the shirt. Tell me about this collaboration, this project.
There is a period of our life that's really a big change. Was 90 when we was in Argentina for painting trains in 96. I don't remember yet, but we make a tour there just to painting.
No, 94.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know.
And now we have a phone call from my friend Binho from Brazil. Say, listen, Lumit is coming to São Paulo. I say, yeah, I remember to see his work in the magazine, graffiti magazine that Barry sent us, and also Alan Benedict from 12 Ounce Prophet. He used to send a lot of magazines for us. He picked a big okay, go back a little bit. After Barry left Brazil, we received here Alan Benedict. Alan, he did
Sonic.
In Sonic. They did the graffiti magazine they called 12 Ounce Prophet.
Yeah.
They did a big article of us in this magazine, and they split this magazine all over the world. So Lumit saw our work in this magazine, and he want to come to São Paulo. And then my friend called, say, listen, Lumit, you want to come to Brazil? He sent me a letter. And we was in Argentina. I say, oh, cool. When you arrive, let's meet him. And then we met him, was Lumit and Peter. And after this, everything's changing in our life. Because I say, okay, Lumit, you want to paint? We have a wall. And then we did like one of these walls that really a lot of full of detail. We spent like more than 10 days to make one wall with him. And he say, you guys need to come to Europe. I say, okay, one day. We don't worry much about this because for us it's little bit, that time is really far to go to Europe for us.
Yeah.
Even New York, you know.
We love Chile.
Yeah.
Chile.
So in terms of the wall, so you paint with loom. Now you get some exposure in Europe.
No, I explained why we did that. And then after Lumit left Brazil, he went to Europe, and he said, next year you guys come to Europe. We don't believe it, actually. I said, okay. And then he called us. It's funny. He did it like January next year. You come to Europe, and then we forget about. But then he called us in the January, say, come next week. You guys come to Europe. I have a graffiti jam in Munich, and then we went to Munich. It was the first time we met everybody. We met Motu, we met Todd James, we met Espo, we met a lot of people in this jam. From there, we started a good relation with them and travel all over Europe. And then we learned a lot with Lumit and Shintz and Shark. These three guys.
Yeah.
They teach us a lot of things. And this fall, we did like 3 or 4 years ago in Munich, and we went tribute to them, dedicate to them. So Lumit did the jacket, they drawing the jacket, and the guy standing in the back is Shintz.
So is it an homage to him?
Well, yeah, dedicate to them. So this guy in the photo is Shintz.
One of the things that's interesting, we met in Europe. We did a project together with Red Bull. It was me, you, JR, Blue, Marty Cooper.
Yeah, I remember that. The first time we met JR was there.
Yeah, it was a lot of people, and you guys were already super popular by that point because of all these trips that you were taking to Europe.
We did a lot. We did a lot of stops whole Europe. Because it's funny, when we arrived the first time in Europe, 98, we say, okay, we go to Europe. How we do? Because we painting what we painting. So we make a bag full of cans like this.
Brazilian cans.
Collagen. Full of collagen. So let's go to Europe. And there we arrived and say, wow, there is a graffiti shop. We never have heard about graffiti shop. We never have heard that there is a painting especially for graffiti. And then we, okay, but let's do what we do in Brazil. Let's paint a wall with collagen
and latex.
And then we did it like what we do here in the 90s.
They don't understand.
People say,
no. I mean, it's amazing because Europe has always been very friendly to the American or graffiti artists in general. But I know back in my day, they were very welcoming to us. And then, of course, the culture exploded there, and it's become something quite phenomenal. Yeah. One of the things, after I think it was this presentation, this mural here at the Tate, I remember this was after Wuppertal. This is probably, 2008, 2009?
Yeah, around that.
Around that time. Let's talk about this because it was interesting. A bunch of you guys got an opportunity to paint in front on the Tate building, but you weren't invited inside to show. Did you guys want to show your work inside the museum at all, or were you just content with doing the outside?
No, this was the idea was to have the facade of the building, like nothing inside, but only outside project. And I think it was amazing because to get the permission from the building, that building, like historical building, to put it like 6 or 7, I remember, big paintings there from artists from all over the world. And we have a Blue, we have a Nunca, we have a lot.
Nunca, our brother.
Yeah, a lot of great artists.
Yeah,
big up.
Yeah,
and then was incredible, like to put all these people together, and the facade of the Tate Modern, like, was very impacted.
So now, when you're doing these things with institutions, does it feel like? How does that feel to you in terms as a graffiti writer? Is there a difference between like, hey, I'm getting up or I'm getting over?
No, it's separate.
I think we live it like different. We see this in the different directions. Like we don't see like a bridge, like
right.
Bring it from the streets to the museum, and for us, it's different worlds that we can act it, that you can work. Like for us, graffiti is one world. Like exhibitions is other world, like for us.
I mean, do you find, let me ask you a question. Do you find that there's, or let me frame it this way. When you do institution work, do they even care about the graffiti work or understand the style writing and the history that you've come from?
We try to always to tell them like the history, where everything come from, always. Like, Even when you get the catalogs from the museums that we already have, or the shows, exhibitions, we always try to tell them that, okay, we come from this culture. You know, this is our background. We come from this background. So for them to understand that we come from the streets, from the graffiti world, from, you know, from these directions. Because we can do a work like you see in a wall there in Düsseldorf, a project organized by Peter
Michalski, yeah.
and Hood Company. I think so. People sometimes don't realize, because this wall actually it's very colorful, very mystical, and very different from the hip hop style. But it's good for all of them to understand that our background is this. You know, we always try to show a little bit, or explicitly show that we come from this culture. We need to respect this, the old school, the new school, and keep going. You know.
Yeah, we separate things. Like, for example,
Yeah.
this is like an art project for the Biennale. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
This-
we have the Giant project, and together with the Giant project, we have another project that was try to transform the buildings and the architecture in sculptures with painting. So, for example, this in Vancouver is one of part of this. The Milano you saw, the subway was also part of this. Like, try to transform the building in a subway. This we try to transform the silos, and 6 guys over there, and then we have the airplane.
Play with the shape
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
soup of the place.
Well,
Yeah.
we were talking about this earlier, you know, about how you guys do something quite genius with, you know, these spaces, right? That you really kind of morph your work onto them. You take on the character. These particular silos they're huge. They're 70 feet.
Oh my
Right.
God, this is so
They're
big.
Yeah.
And we
enormous,
did
right?
both sides. We
I
did
think
both sides.
I think this is one of the biggest we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of
And
the
thanks,
plane,
thanks God,
this
had
was an amazing project, right?
Yeah.
For people who have never seen this project was pretty amazing. This was during the big soccer World Cup, wasn't it? To carry the
it's
team.
for the period of the cup they did for the games, but there is nothing related with the FIFA or World Cup.
No.
Nothing. No. We just have a friend that we say,
explain this project to us. How did this come to you
I
guys?
think it was like this. We have a friend that a lot of people know, Ronaldo,
the football player.
yeah.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
And then we have a dinner together, and then he say, "You guys have a painting a plane?" No.
He said, "You guys paint everything, but I don't think so. You guys paint a plane already." He said, "No, we did it like scrap, but not real plane."
But stop
Okay.
for a second. Stop for a second so we could all understand what you just said. I'm just hanging out with my friend Ronaldo, and he's just saying, "Let's paint a plane. Let's get you a plane."
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. He say, "Okay, you never
That is
did a
insane.
plane. Okay, let's figure out how to do a plane."
I say, no, you have to do a plane. Say, no, but how are you gonna do a plane? You know, just if you go illegal in the Hungarian plane. I say, no, let's do a crazy project and let's try to find a plane to painting. Say, okay, if you find a plane, let's do it. You know.
And then was how everything started. You know, and we did this plane that was
Yeah.
it was flying for
More than years.
yeah, like 2 or 3 years flying.
Unfortunately, they buff. They
Is
don't
it-
exist anymore.
But it was really spray can, you know, like
Yeah.
it was not plotting, it was not a sticker, it was spray can 94 in the plane.
Yeah, because in the beginning, the company say, but I think so it's no good idea for you guys to just put the paint in the surface of the plane, because maybe they're gonna have some damage. They cannot fly, you know. And then
Right.
we make some tests with the 94 can, and works. They say, okay, let's spray the whole plane. The whole thing is just spray.
Did you clear coat it to protect it?
Yeah, they did it. The company did it.
But
Yeah,
it's
you
like a
have to.
lot of like 2 hands fat cat, like really like
And a lot of friends helping.
yeah.
All
We
right.
have to,
So
we have to say thank you to Easy, Ghetto, Roger D.
Everybody.
Yeah, a lot
Toys.
of toys. A lot of people help us to do that because it was a lot of work to
Phenom.
do that.
so
yeah.
we go from painting things that fly to working with b-boys that fly. This amazing project with flying
that.
steps.
Yeah, we bring back now the b-boy side of us. I mean, we never get away of this because We love that. We really always watch like b-boys competitions. We have a lot of friends like Pelazinho and Neguin,
yeah,
a lot of friends all over the world, b-boys, and Ken Swift, brother.
yeah.
Ah, he's there. Hey, Kenny.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
so
Oh
tell
my
me about this
God.
collaboration, because this is incredible. We have a life-size, not
Kenny,
size,
Kenny.
super
Okay.
life-size.
First, I have to say something. Hey, Kenny, you're the king, man.
Yeah.
Your style is the best. Influence us a lot.
You guys change our life.
Ken Swift, man.
Ken Swift is amazing. Big up,
Master
Kenny.
of style,
Master,
master of footwork, king.
Master, man.
Footwork king, man.
Love you, man. So
You know, I've often said this, that Ken Swift influenced me as a writer.
really,
I mean,
we know that he's a writer. Yeah.
but not because of his writing, because of the way he approached b-boying.
Really.
Right? It's his approach, his style, all his aggressiveness. That was really quite phenomenal for me.
And funny because the way he dancing, he influenced like those to do the Mugsies.
Yes.
That's really good because if you see like the characters of those, you can see him on that, right?
So let's talk about this project with Flying Steps. So they reach out to you.
Yeah, we know them from the beginning of the early 90s. We heard about
Vartan and those guys. They're phenomenal.
I mean, we heard about them back then. We met once only.
Some graffiti jams all over the world, we met them.
But Vartan and team, they come to us with this crazy idea that say, okay, we did a show. We did a couple of shows all over Europe, and we have this idea, this project to create something special now, because we received an invitation from the museum Hamburg Bahnhof, one of the most important contemporary art museum in Berlin, and they say we have the space that is incredible space for us to do whatever we want, and we wanna put a show together there in the museum, and let's do something together because we can do all together, like art, performance, dance, painting in the museum. So let's put a show together. And then they come with this idea. Barton, great person, like incredible.
Yeah, we have a friend called Jeremy. He come to us say, there is a funny project that I'm involved.
So yeah, Jeremy is the best.
Let's do something together. And we know Jeremy for a long time. So yeah, let's see, because we have our b-boy spirit inside, so let's do it, you know?
Yeah, and then we just decide together with the guys to create this project they call the Flying Pictures. Is everything inspired by the Mussorgsky? It's like kind of a classic music with hip hop.
A mix between like classical music,
jazz,
contemporary dancing,
ballet,
b-boy, b-girl, ballet, everything mixed in our artwork. We design all the clothes, all the sculptures for the environment of the show. It was a funny experience.
It was like 42 days, completely full, sold out. Incredible show. Like the guys didn't, the choreographers, like incredible choreographers. You know?
And then we bring the big giant that we used to do in the walls. We bring them alive.
Yeah,
like the performance in the show. You know, the dance in the show.
Let's take a look at this video where you see how big this enormous inflatable is.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. The amazing thing is like they invite b-boys and b-girls from all over the world, all together, you know. And we have like Bart from Fortaleza, from Brazil, our brother, and
Fortaleza.
Yeah, man.
B-boy Bart.
He's incredible.
Represent.
Amazing. Yeah. He was in the show as well.
Yeah, he's really good b-boy. Yeah.
What a blessing it is to have.
Sorry to cut you, but we wish to travel with this show. We haven't planned to travel this. We was organizing this, and then this COVID-19 arrived, and then
we have to stop for a little bit. But our dreams is to bring this back to Brazil
and to New York and to everywhere,
all over the world. Yeah, but bring it first to Brazil. We try.
It would have been amazing in New York. But isn't it amazing that you get to celebrate the culture, the customs of your childhood? You know, with your community, but also in spaces like museums and also having the ability to be interdisciplinary, to be able to create sculpture, to be able to create environments.
This is incredible. Like
So
for
let's talk
example,
about coming back to New York. And, you know, you came back and you did a series of murals and you, again, paying respects to the culture. You see this character here, you know, shouting out Frosty Freeze,
yeah.
Rocksteady crew member who's no longer with us. Rest in peace.
What's up, Cope?
Yeah,
What's up, Jasmine? Jasmine.
Yeah, you
right,
have a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
friends.
We
You
can
have a
look
lot of
after our
friends in
own
the
shop.
house.
Yeah,
So you
that's
come to
nice.
New York and you start doing more
That's super
giants.
exciting.
Yeah, this wall
And
was incredible project. Like, just come out like very natural. You know, like um, we get this idea of the giants, and then we have two amazing friends in New York, Nat and Zara. They are incredible persons, and they know that we have this giants project. And then we see one of these walls, and we try to get the walls. And they say, "Yeah, let's try to do something in the wall." You know, like was one wall, and then we see the other wall on the other side. Okay, why not to do both walls, one in front to each other? We never did this before. And then we spend like maybe 25 days in New York working these two walls like together, you know, like crazy, like working on one and another one, like boom, 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 boom.
There's a wall one in front of the other.
Yeah, Chino was there.
Gino, yeah, Gino, what's up, brother?
Yeah, he writing
The cassette tape and the boombox, Gino,
Yeah.
right? And you can see the jacket, the jeans jacket of the big girl was made by Todd James, our brother too.
Yeah, and then we have the T-shirt from Dondi. It is the
Yeah.
photograph is from this one. Is a photo from Marta, the most famous photo from
Yeah.
Marta Cooper. We try to put her
put
there
her
as
Dondi,
well
yeah.
because she was important. Dondi was important. I mean, this wall is we try to show our love
And to say thank you
for all these generations that inspire us. The old school generation, the 70s, the 80s, you guys,
yeah,
that we get inspired by you guys to do what we do now. And we try to put in that wall. And also the new generation, you know, like both old generation and the new generation as well. Like is our love to the scene, to the culture, to the graffiti culture, to the underground graffiti culture, the subway culture. Is our way to say thank you and our way to say we love all you guys, you know.
yeah. And you get to collaborate with some of these artists like Futura. I was there. I saw you guys painting this mural in Chelsea.
Yeah.
And this was amazing. This was it's still there. It's beautiful. It's at a school.
Yeah, this was a project organized by Alan from the 12 Ones Prophet. He got this wall for us, and we invite
Lenny
to do the collaboration. Futura 2000, one of our big influence as well, back in the 80s. And we try to find some way to connect with him in a very natural way, you know, like very like letting going in the most natural way. And he's amazing, man. He's genius.
Yeah,
know?
he's genius.
This guy is genius. He's like way front, you know. Like,
yeah, like him, Ramel Z, all these people. They are those in Dondi. You guys like it's too far away. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and speaking of Doze, you've collaborated with Doze as well.
Yeah. Oh, brother.
Yeah. This was
this is not for the show in New York. We did last time in New York.
Yeah, Limi Mappen Gallery.
Yeah. We did this collab with those. It's a photo of Marta, actually.
So it's three people, three generation there, three people there. Marta, Dozy, and us.
Yeah.
Together.
And Kenny.
And Kenny.
Yeah, this Ken Swift and Dozy. Yeah, in the Freezy. Yeah,
Nice.
it's a famous photo. Yeah. So you know the photo, right?
Yeah.
Those did a great job there. Man,
Yeah, I'll go back.
Yeah, he did. These back characters is incredible.
It's incredible.
Man. Incredible style.
It's funny. The way he painting is very beautiful. When you stop and see the way he work, is very emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, it touches a lot. Yeah, it's beautiful.
He's very spiritually focused in his work. He's also mystical. He's kind of like in many ways you guys share some of that, right? The mysticism and the storytelling and painting.
I think this is the connection, you know, like you don't need to explain, you don't need to it's not about fame it's just about feeling and love and togetherness, you know, like stronger.
Yeah, like nature. Feel that when you go to the nature, you feel that.
Yeah. Oh, this is an amazing one. I love
Yeah, I
that.
love that.
I will have to
Unfortunately, they
say, and Mark Baudet, if you're there, give us a thumbs up. I know
Yeah,
you're
he is.
probably
He,
on.
I
Yeah,
saw
he's
him.
he's Marky, love you, man.
Marcus is.
And it's interesting
And
because
Molly.
Cheech Wizard was such a big influence on all of us as train writers.
Yes,
And
it's very impressive.
it's illustration style, right? Bodhi
Yeah.
had a beautiful illustration style.
Yeah, it's crazy. Very big responsibility to do this wall because collaborate with like people like Mark Boda, you know, with all this background and all the history he have, and with his father and all this amazing experience. I think it was a very emotional experience to work together and to create this piece together. And we have to thank you, Luggage Store, you know, Daryl and Lowry, because they did a great job to get this wall for us. And they
And
are
what
amazing,
city is
you
this
know?
in?
San Francisco. Yeah. And thanks Luggage Store, because these people is incredible. It's love people. So because them, we put all this together. Unfortunately, this wall now, they put a building in the front, like this one as well. You know, in New York also is a building in the front. So unfortunately,
Yeah,
we don't see anymore.
it's a pity that you can't protect these murals.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is gone too.
I,
Another
I,
wall that's gone.
I think in 20 years or so, when people start looking back, they're going to
Yeah.
regret not having a preservation for certain murals of street art.
This is gonna be there because I see when they put the building together, it's like a gap in between the both buildings. There's a gap, so it's gonna stay there for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny.
You
Anyway.
guys love New York so much. You come here often.
Yeah, love that.
And this was extraordinary. You guys took over Times Square. All these electronic billboards. Tell me about this project.
This is I just don't remember the year. I have to look. But this was an incredible project. They call it the Midnight Moment. And they have this program, artist program, to change Times Square, like put art in Times Square. Like you take it out the propaganda, all this merchandising propaganda that you see there, and put art. And like you take over. Like, okay, let's take over. Okay, thank you, Jazz. 2015. Yeah, Jazz.
Oh, Jazz.
Oh, Jazz. Okay, we did this. Yeah. And then I think it was an incredible project. It is an incredible project because they take over propaganda and put art, you know?
Yeah. And also,
I think more than 50 screens.
Yeah.
Electronic screens is they project our animation. This was an animation project.
And then we try to do animation. That is another wall that you want to jump one side. Yeah, you want to jump inside one day.
Yeah.
We try some stuffs already.
And this was a great experience because we did like a very short animation. Yeah. But it works really well there.
I think this photo is from Ben. Ben, you are there, right?
No, I don't think so. No? It's not from Ben. It's from other people.
Yeah, but he's there too. Hi, Ben.
So you're having all this amazing work in public space, and then you bring it inside. You do museum shows.
Yeah.
And they are spectacular. They're actually events. People wait on lines to see your shows. Like you said, you know, you fill your shows with a lot of love, but also with a lot of attention to detail, a lot of craftsmanship. I know you have your other brother as a team member who helps you build things, and you do these extraordinary installations. In terms of a goal, I mean, now that you have accomplished so much, these immersive experiences that become theatrical, where do you go from here? You know, what's the next step for you in terms of?
You bring up a really important point, because I think everything starts with family, like your family, our family, how we grow up with our family, how they see in us our dreams and our passions, our patience for drawing and for painting. It starts like this. I think it starts with family relationship. Then we have to thank God every day for the family that we have, you know, mom, papa, our sister Adriana, oh my God, Arnaldo, and our uncles, you know, like everybody that was around us, our grandmother, grandfather, like was always pure love. I think we took this to our work. And then when you have this in your work and you split this in the world, you it's more attracted to people that want to share as well love. And then I think it starts with family and then friends. Also, we have amazing friends. We make friends all over the world. That is people that we can have forever friends. You know, like you, for example, and Kat, and all the really friends that we met. And even in Brazil, like all the friends we have here, like they are more than friends; they are family.
Vlog, our crew,
Yeah,
family.
yeah, MTA and oh VTS,
THR,
yeah, THR.
TSK,
I mean,
Barcelona.
all these people that we met like a friend. I think this is very important for you to growing to for you to create something special. I think our exhibitions, our shows that we do, you can see this. I mean, we have amazing team of work, and this is becoming very natural as well. Like Arnaldo, our old brother, he's also genius. That we working together in the studio and the installations. So we always have to every day we have to thank God for our team we have, like Koyo, Arnaldo, Alessandra, Isaac, Jasmine,
Love
you
you.
know, Adriana. Like they are our family. They are our people. You know, like they know how we thinking. We know how they thinking. It's like a share. I think once you share this with each other and with the world in a positive way, is the minimum we can do. You know, for us. So our exhibition sometimes we don't know what we are doing, let's say like this, because we are too far away. Sometimes you need some time to understand what is this guy is about, you know, like for example in the pictures over there, what the meaning of all the room that we put it there, the paintings in the room. But I think so this is part of this love share, you know, this
Right.
is
Now, if
this is the
now that
relationship
you
we have, like, you know, Gisele, like Jadi, like all the people that is with us. I think this is very important because
if we can go back
everything
to
is there.
if we can go back to this installation that we're looking at, uh, with this character in the middle, standing very solemn, very meditative almost, and there's a storm brewing around him, a sea storm with the woman on a floating in the ocean on some kind of buoy. What's the story behind this? What's the narrative? Because it seems to me that either you're pulling stories or you're inventing stories.
I think we need another live to talk about only about this guy or about the whole room because it's a big story, you know. But it's in a way it's like make people we may try to make open for people to feeling. It's more about feeling, identification. Like once you get in there inside, you have to be open to receive it, to exchange
And
this
also
experience.
to transform the environment,
Yeah,
for the gallery, museum, whatever, in our world, what we believe. When
yeah,
you come to inside of our show, I know that we can feel that. They say that this place is like a different place. It's like a wall for a different kind of world. You know, we would like to make the audience that might come to our show to have this feeling,
yeah, experience.
to have this experience that okay, I'm not here in New York anymore. I'm inside of this GEMEOS world, you know?
So,
Yeah.
so let me ask you something about this. Is when you do an installation like this, that again, you're in a gallery environment. The central part is what of this is available to a collector.
I think we're thinking more about what we have, what we believe in doing, what we believe, what it is inside of us that we want to share. This is for us is the most important. Like, okay, we believe in this. This is this that we want to share. Okay, let's share in 100% transparent with everybody.
Right. So it's not about creating a product for the market.
No. It's more about using the space, museum or gallery, to create our own world and make people have the experience, inside.
Yeah, this is the more important than anything.
I know, and
That's right, because when you come to the inside of this contemporary art scene, I think we come with this, We see the first show we did, we see this space, we want to transform completely the show, the space, to create our own environment. And sometimes even it's hard for them, the curators, the galleries, to understand this. But okay, what I can sell from here?
Right.
What we really worry is to what we have in mind to transform the environment in real. For you, when you come, you really feel that, okay, this is the world that they believe. And then we're going to think about how we can sell a painting or a sculpture, because we feel this necessity to really show what we see.
And it's funny because when we starting to do exhibitions here, more here than in New York, because New York for us with Jeffrey Deitch was more like a was very particular experience, to understand the market and how this work. But when we did the show here for the first time in Fortis Vilaça in São Paulo, we understand the art scene and how it was working, how this was. And it was funny because we come with our ideas, our work that was completely different from other people. And we try to open the door of the gallery for everybody, like to be able for everybody come and see, and also to open the doors for other artists.
This is one of the most important things that we think about when we did the first show. Because say, okay, if you do a show, we think about that. Say, this is a good because we open a door for the next generation, for the next writers, for the next kids, for the next people, It's a big opportunity
you have to play it forward. I like that you guys think like that about pushing it forward, giving it back to the community.
Yeah, it was very hard, Mark, because once we get inside, we understand how hard it is to get inside of this scene, the art, contemporary art scene. But we just try to do what we believe and try to show that it's possible, and and to make a change, because before that, especially in Brazil, was no other people that come from the graffiti world and street graffiti world and the scene,
Yeah,
and
no,
I think it was really important to show to everybody, all the curators, all the owners of galleries, that there is a lot of good artists outside in São Paulo doing stuff in the streets, doing stuff inside of the studios. They should looking for these people, because the next generations, because they are the guys that are gonna keep going with this history.
Right. Well,
our mission was just open door and make it possible for everybody.
If I could say this, we're of the mindset that we have to be self-reliant and do it ourselves if they're not going to make space for us, and that's why we created the Museum of Graffiti, and you guys came and you blessed us.
I would say that, because what you guys did in Miami was like a really dreams come true. You guys created something that solid, true, that is gonna stay forever, and very educative, very with all the information that everybody needed to understand what it's about. And it's made it from true people, like true writers, people that really smell the tunnels, the painting in the tunnel, the smell, the subways, the energy, the risk of the third rail, like it's real people. And once you guys put this together there, it's not only about New York graffiti or US. You guys did something for beyond that, like for all generation, all cultures, because it's not only about graffiti. You guys created something about dreams,
it's about
hope.
culture. I mean, look, when you walk in, amongst the things that you see is your painting. And we point out to people, that, the history you're about to experience gave birth to these two artists from a whole nother country, thousands and thousands of miles away, and they're just so important to the culture.
It's crazy because graffiti and hip hop is being run around in US for, I don't know, 40 years, like really long time ago. And it's crazy how it's difficult to have a space like this. You guys did it, like why did the city don't put it together like a real, like a building with the whole hip hop culture inside, like permanent museum? Why take so long for the city to see how strong is this culture?
Well, we can't look to the city. We have to look to ourselves, and we
That's
have to
right.
pull our money together. We got to pull our archives
we
together.
cannot wait. If you're waiting for them to see this, then they probably never see, or they don't give a fuck.
I mean, I think they see, but they're afraid because we have a lot of power.
Yeah, this is very strong.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're afraid of the power the artists have in the world.
But we have thanks God, we have you guys putting this together. I see Paulo there, that he do this amazing B-boys, B-girls.
So listen, guys, in the final minutes, I want people to ask you some questions. And I really want to thank you for taking all this time with us, man. I love you guys. You guys are so brilliant. You've done so much for the world.
Thank you.
With your
Thank
art.
you guys too. Love you guys. Respect a lot.
And in closing this last slide, if you could translate this slide for us and what you wrote on the wall.
We write for the mayor here, for the government, for the governor and the mayor here in São Paulo, because they used to buff a lot of graffiti, not from us, for all over the writers from São Paulo. And we keep in doing, and this kind of say, what we write there say,
if you clean graffiti, you clean culture.
Yeah, you destroy the culture.
Yeah. And if you destroy the culture, you destroy the people.
You don't respect the people.
Yeah, disrespect the people.
Especially this fall, we did it 5 times. Because we did that, they buff, and then we did again, they buff, we did it 5 times.
Maybe this is the 3rd time.
That's a great message. So I have a question for you from someone. Which brother has the best hand style?
Him.
Who has the best throw up? You guys are too funny. So what's next? What's your next big project once this settles down?
Before I finish, you have to say first thank you to everybody that's here. We saw a lot of friends, a lot of family. Everybody's here. Yeah, Chile, Peru, Argentina, everybody. But we had a big show come up in São Paulo. And maybe we have to finish this Corona thing. Have to pass this wave, and then we're gonna open the biggest show in one of the most important museums in Brazil, Pinacoteca do Estado.
Yeah,
like a retrospective.
This is the biggest shows or the big exhibition we have so far.
Yeah.
In São Paulo, Pinacoteca do Estado.
Yeah.
So
curated by Johan.
Do you guys keep an archive of work for yourself?
Oh my God, man! You have no idea.
Well,
of your own work.
Hey, that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, you have no idea, Mer, how we've been collecting stuff for this show for many years. I mean, we've been collecting stuff for many years. Once we knew about this show that it's gonna be like a kind of a retrospective, we tried to collect all this material, all the ones, the early drawings, early paintings, and try to put everything together. So it's gonna be a very important show for us.
Yeah.
And for everybody, because I think once we are there, is the door open for all you guys to be there, all the artists from Brazil, all the artists from all
Somebody's
over the world.
asking, what is the name of the museum?
Pinacoteca do Estado. Yeah. This guy writing, Michele writer. Pinacoteca do Estado.
In the show called Segredos. That
Secrets.
means secrets. We're gonna revelar. Vamos falar revelar.
Yeah, release.
We're gonna show all our secrets for you guys.
Yeah, all the secrets.
Yeah.
We don't know the date of the opening yet. Supposed to be open in the last March, but because all this situation the whole world have now, we don't know when it's gonna be the opening.
So I'm hoping we're gonna see a big catalog from the show.
Yeah. It's gonna be two catalogs, and it's crazy. I don't know if you have time to talk, but
Woohoo! You gotta come out.
Nice.
We
That's a preview.
We work in a crazy, amazing project. Also with two amazing persons, Paulo Portela and Fernanda. We are designed together like a little book that we're gonna use it as for workshop with kids, and then with the history of São Paulo, history of New York graffiti, how the New York graffiti come to São Paulo, and how this developed here. And we're gonna put a lot of good stuff in this.
Oh,
material.
please publish it in English so we could carry it.
Yeah, Ben told us, you guys, I kill you guys if you don't put this in English.
Yeah, it's gonna be very important retrospective too in this book. Yeah.
So now, again, you guys are really good at giving back to the community.
Yeah, it's very important. Sorry about our English, because
sorry about my English.
No, come on.
Hablamos español, entonces.
Hablamos español.
But it's interesting because we feel strongly about that now that we've gotten older. Now that as kids we've gotten a lot back from the culture. It's so important to give it back, right? To play it forward.
Of course, yeah, we feel that.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Yeah, I think the simple thing to go out and painting in the streets, you already give to people.
Yeah, and also we need to be united. All the writers, all the artists have to be united, because you cannot depend on the government to sponsor the culture.
Somebody has a question for you.
They don't care for the culture. We care for the culture. The artists care for the culture.
It's pretty much like Bambata did it back then in the 70s. They realized that people from the same family, from the same crews, from the same neighborhood start to kill themselves. And this is what they want. They want us to kill ourselves, to destroy ourselves,
fight
to don't speak, to don't say, to don't painting, to don't dancing, to don't do rap. We have to think in the other way around. Like if we are united, if you're talking the same language, it's more strong, against them. So no fighting. We have to be strong,
and fight against them, not between us.
Yeah.
Peace,
unity, love, and have fun. Zulu.
Perfectly said, my brother. So this is the final minute. So if you want to give some shout outs, please do, because Instagram is going to cut us off.
Can you speak in Portuguese too?
Of course.
A gente queria agradecer a todo mundo que está aí. A gente vai fazer uma live em português logo. A gente sequência, a gente avisa no Instagram. Obrigado por todo mundo que compareceu, que falou. Desculpa, a gente não conseguiu também responder todo mundo, porque o tempo parece que tem bastante tempo, mas na verdade não. So we hope next time we do in Portuguese. We talk with the Brazilian people here, our friends, the family, Portugal, everybody.
Quem tiver a oportunidade de estar em Miami, vai visitar o museu.
Yes, it's very important for all over the people in the world that's here in this live to come to Miami to see the Graffiti Museum.
Incredible.
Or go to our website. If you can't come to Miami, go to museumofgraffiti.com. Support us there. Support us on Instagram and Facebook.
Very important to support them.
Yeah. At this time, this is one of the reasons, as a result of COVID, that we've come online. We've become virtual, both, with doing the talks, doing the coloring books for the kids, doing the virtual shows. Right now, we have the virtual show with Cess and Chu. Again, we asked the community to come together, as we always have, during the toughest of times.
Yeah, that's it. It's simple, You guys did a great job. It is very strong, very strong.
We do it because we love it.
Very emotional, Once we are there, we was wow. This is everybody needs to come.
You got 10 seconds. What's your last word?
We love everybody.
Look, this guy here. Who's that guy?
Mayor